Hi, I'm Aaron from Marmon Family Dog Training. Today we're working with Cane Corso Puppy Nova. And today's video is going to be about the importance of body language, both the body language of the dog and the body language of the handler. We have to remember that dogs don't speak English and that verbal communication isn't their main form of communication, that they are body language experts. That's the main way they're reading or doing anything, is through our body language. And we can also read their body language to determine if we're getting the behavior we want and determine what they're about to do. So when we start to lose engagement, you can always tell that by the way her head's pointed. We would start to move away. Our body language we want her to really pay attention to is me walking away and her being like, hey, get back here, and following me. Another key point of body language is we want to start establishing either the right or left side for her to walk on. I like to walk the dog on the left side, so it would always be, hey, on the left side every time we're walking. So if she's ever on the right side, I'm going to try to get her back on the left side and only pay food on the left side. The other thing I try to do is establish a base posture. So that would be my hands right above my belly button like this, and this would be a signal for her to lay down. It's not a command. I'm not commanding her to lay down. Nothing bad happens if she doesn't. I'm trying to just give her an easy signal to read of a position that I don't normally stand like, that I can put my body in for her to read, of saying, oh, I know what to do. He's standing like that again. I bet if I lay down, he's going to give me food. So it's a way I can start communicating to her that I want her to go down, but it shouldn't be me wanting her to go down. It should be her thinking she hacked the system of, hey, I see a pattern here. He's standing like that again. I better just lay by him. So it's a way I can manipulate my body language to influence her behavior. Just like me walking away should be her following me, and then her following me on the left side. We want her always targeting the left side, and having that be the side where all the good stuff comes from, and always maneuvering her back into the left side if she's on the right, and maneuver her back on the left and only feed from the left. And what we're trying to look for out of the dog's body language, you can always read their tail, their ears, of if they're nervous or starting to become reactive. We can read triggers from the dog from when they see something and how their body language goes. But the main thing we're trying to, especially with the puppy, but the main thing we're trying to do is get her looking at me. Engagement's always the name of the game. So we want the body language towards me. So if she's not towards me, we're trying to get her back towards me and just have her attention coming to me. So anytime her back is away, her head is away from me, going away from me, I'm trying to get her back towards me. Now with the puppy, I would just do that by walking away. So I want her saying, hey, where are you going? I'm with you. All roads lead back to me on this left side. So when we're moving, I want her with me on the left side. If I lose her to something, she sniffs something, she chases after something, I'm going the opposite way. And when we stop, I'm trying to get her into a down. This would all come in handy with, we start taking her more places, that what she knows is she walks with me, she lays by me, or she comes to me. That's where all roads lead to. But if we're not getting good body language of her turning her head from me, her back's going to me, I'm trying to get it back to me. And I'm not trying to be desperate or being the sweatshop owner of saying, you have to do this, you have to do that. I'm just walking away. I feed when she gets to me until the dog starts orbiting me, saying, you're not going anywhere. How she just turned on her side there is the other thing we're looking for a down in body language, that this is a relaxed position. Her on her side, on her belly, on her side like that is a relaxed position. This is how I want her seeing the world when we start taking her to more places, to parks, around other dogs, strangers, I want her to see the world through a relaxed, calm, submissive behavior, submissive body language. We don't want her at the end of the leash barking, jumping, and it's the idea that the physiology is going to determine the psychology. So if the physiology is in a calm, relaxed state, that's going to help the psychology become a calm, relaxed state. If the physiology is at the end of the leash trying to get away from the handler to go to something else, that's where the jumping, the biting, the barking, all the dog behavior starts to come out because the physiology is starting to become chaos. We want to always expose her to things through either walking with me or her laying down. And it's not me commanding it down, it's her figuring it out. So we'd like to get her around more and more things in this position, not only this position, but her on her side. So we would withhold the food until she goes on the side, and then we would feed that. And then that's what we want her starting to think of. Not only is it my belly, it's on my side, like she just did. That's an extra step to the down would be in a relaxed pose. And again, we want her seeing the world through that, through this pose. Being nice, calm, and relaxed, pointed towards me. So anytime she's not pointed towards me, that's signaling apathy to the handler. And we never want her having apathy to us. We want engagement, because as distractions get higher, we're going to need that engagement on our side. So we're always working the dog's physiology, and the best way to work it is through the handler's physiology of walking away, paying on the left side, and having a little posture that I can manipulate that starts getting her to say, oh, I know what to do. Just like me walking away saying, oh, I know what to do, I better follow him. I can't let him get away. And then what side do I go on? The left side. So even if I try to get her on the right side, we want her correcting herself onto the left, just knowing that that's where all the food comes from. So always be aware of the dog's body language and the handler's body language. What is your body language telling the dog, and what is the dog's body language telling you? Is always something you should be thinking about when you're interacting with the dog. Thanks for watching. See you next time.